release him from the penitentiary. The prisoner, Les Davis, had a wife and son. They had arranged for him to be called as a witness through Eddie Flanagan, the criminal on trial. Purpose, to free Les Davis.
Another minute now, Ma. Trial's supposed to start at 10.
You know, I never thought it would work, Ralph, for Ed to ask for Les as a witness. I thought the lawyers would make trouble.
All your ideas work. Besides, Eddie and Pop used to work together. They're good friends.
You know something, Ralph? I'm nervous about seeing him again.
You've seen him every week at the prison.
It's not the same.
There he is.
You keep moving, Ralph. Everything's got to work the way we timed it.
Right.
Hi, Pop.
You're doing real good, son. Ma's waiting outside.
Here's your gun.
Let's go.
Yes, thank you very much. We'll get on that right away. It's Les Davis. He was over at the county courthouse as a witness in the Eddie Flanagan trial. Somebody walked in, shot a guard, and took him with him.
Davis. He's supposed to be in the pen.
A court injunction got him out. Here's a teletype on it.
Look at the set of roadblocks fast. Let's see now. Here's the courthouse right in here. The place is covered with side roads.
Hell.
The way the Davis family works, the man who picked up Les could be his son, Ralph.
Yeah, it could be.
Myra's in on it, too?
She's the smartest one of all. She wants her husband back, and she's got him.
10-4. 2830 just found an abandoned car that matches the description of the getaway car. Four-door sedan, green with gray top, NNX245.
Send some lab men out checking for fingerprints.
If they change cars, it's going to be tougher.
Yeah, I know. Where'd they find the car?
Just off a small feeder road between 41 and 20.
We're going out to the Davis house.
Right. Wouldn't that be the last place they'd go? They know we'll give the house a good going over.
Look, I told you Myra's smart. She knows we won't expect them to go to the house. She figures we'll be looking for him to break through the roadblocks. Come on, let's move.
This is the place I told you about last. Now, don't show yourself. And I'll be back for both of you before dark.
Think you can get rid of the cops that fast?
Well, maybe, maybe not. But if I don't, Ralph put plenty of food and water in there yesterday. Just stay here till I do come back.
They'll put a tail on you.
Well, I'll get rid of them. Once they search the house and have a little talk with me, it'll be the safest place there is.
Then they'll open the roadblocks and we'll be on our way.
And we'll take off. Okay, it'll work.
I'll get the automatic rifle out of the truck.
Honey, you worked this out real good.
Be careful.
Come on, Pop. Over here. Well, here's where we stay for a while.
Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Oh, what do you want?
Your husband was going to be a witness at the 𝗛𝗁𝗵𝘄𝘆 trial this morning.
Yeah, I heard about it.
You know he escaped?
Good for him.
What's the motor running for?
Battery almost died this morning. Hard to get started. I'm charging it.
How long's it been running like this?
Oh, excuse me, please. I don't know what time I started it.
If it really needed charging, it'd read way overcharged.
Well, then it must be charged enough. Would you turn it off for me, please?
Certainly.
Thanks.
Can we go inside and talk?
Why not? The old man's loose. You guys will be all over the place anyway.
Check this car over with a fine-tooth comb.
If she used it to pick up Les, she's covered up the warm engine. I'll see if I can find anything.
Okay. Where's Ralph?
I don't know. He was out when I got up this morning.
Well, the description of the guy that helped Les fits Ralph.
Well, maybe the boy did it. You know, he and Les were always close.
Yeah. You been here all morning?
That's right, all morning.
You mind if I look around?
You got a search warrant?
Do you want me to send for one?
No, go ahead. If you look around now, I'll get rid of you that much sooner.
He killed a deputy, Mrs. Davis. When we get in this time, it's curtains.
I hope he makes it all the way.
There's only one thing that bothers me. Why aren't you with him?
Oh, come on now, Mr. Matthews. Let's not play it so cool. What makes you think I'd tell you anything?
Well, you see, that's my job, to look around and ask questions and to try and be smarter than the Davises.
I can hardly wait to see how this comes out.
Oh, I'll tell you how it'll come out exactly, but I can't say when.
Les will make it pretty expensive for you to get him back.
Yeah? We'll pay the price. Did you find anything?
Nothing in the car. It's a smart trick she used, keeping the engine running.
Yeah, now she doesn't have to explain why the engine was hot.
But can she explain why the wheels and brake drums were hot? Just running the motor won't do that.
Then my hunch was right. She wasn't on the job. 2150 to headquarters.
Headquarters by.
I want plain clothesmen here at the Davis place. 8-hour shifts. It's 10-4?
10-4.
Hop in. Hi.
Hi.
No, don't let them see you. Their house is right by the side of a hill. If you park there, you got plenty of cover.
I see.
Oh, what's up, officer? Did I run a red light or something?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I'll make it real easy for you. What are you following me for?
All right, Miss Davis, I am following you.
Well, you can just get lost. You can call your Mr. Matthews on the radio and tell him you spoiled the job.
$27.38 at 21.50.
2150 by.
She just pulled across the road and blocked me. She knows I'm following her. I'm afraid I've had it.
Try and pick her up again. 10-4?
10-4.
There's Mom now. Let's go.
Come on, boys, hurry up. Get in there.
Myra Davis was a difficult adversary. She knew that any manhunt depended on precise timing. She had upset the timing of the highway patrol. And now the Davis family, united once more and heavily armed, secure in their daring and confidence that the house was now their safest place to wait for the police pressure to ease.
Come on, let's get back to the house.
Just a minute, I gotta check a car. It's the same cop that followed me before.
She got back about a minute ahead of me.
I'm going to have another talk with her.
A minute could be time enough to pick up Les and Ralph.
That's what I'm going to find out.
What if they're in there?
We're ahead. If not, we draw a blank. You stay here. You'll know if I'm in trouble.
A man's coming to the door now. It's Matthews, a real smart guy.
How many of them are out there now?
3. Get in there.
Oh, can I talk to you?
It's a free country. Come in.
Thanks.
Look, Mr. Matthews, I've already had the pleasure of your company once today. You've tramped through my house. You've looked at everything. Nobody asked you for a search warrant. Now, would you mind getting out of here?
Mrs. Davis, in some ways you've been very cooperative. Before I leave, I'd like to ask one small favor. On your auto ride this morning, you lost my boy for a few minutes.
Yeah, that boy. He's not very good. You better send him back directing traffic.
In that time, you could have picked up Ralph and Les. I want to make sure they're not here. Do you mind if I look around?
Go ahead. What's the matter? Lost your appetite for snooping?
Well, I'm a little nervous, Mrs. Davis. Les is a tough guy. His being out makes it rough on me. You can understand that.
Yeah, I can understand that. So how about leaving? Before I get so sorry for you, I start crying.
Be my guest.
Okay. I think he's going to give up.
You work great, Ma. I'm going to check the other side of the house.
Well, Les?
In a way, I wish you'd have come in. We'd have cut that 3 down to 2.
No, Les. This way we're clean. We hide out for a week, then over the border. No trouble, no shooting.
I'm not so sure it was a good idea to come here.
Why, this is the best possible place. Why, they think we're too smart to hide out here.
Get the bullhorn, Sergeant.
Right.
She alone in there?
That's what she wants you to think. When I was there the first time today, she was like ice. She was on right back every minute.
Yeah, she's hardly the type you'd pick for Mother of the Year.
Yeah, right now she's edgy, nervous.
Did you get a chance to look around?
Well, I started to when I realized they were there, so I walked out. I like to live.
Even on days like this?
Here. Thanks. Now, look, Sergeant, you work your way around to the back of the house. Get in a position where you can spot every window. Go ahead and be careful.
Right.
Good luck.
Les Davis, we know you and Ralph are in there. This is Matthews, Highway Patrol. Now come on out and save yourself some trouble. If you don't come out, some people are going to get hurt, maybe killed.
Stupid, thick-headed flatfoot.
So he knows we're in here. That only changes one thing. We'll leave for Mexico today instead of a week from today.
We can make it, Pop. There's only 3 of them out there.
Sure we can.
Let's chase that 3 to 2 right now.
Make it the big guy, the one who was in here.
I don't know why I expected people to have common sense. All they've got is guns. Get on the horn. Tell headquarters what's going on here.
3016 to headquarters.
Headquarters, by.
Our 1020 is at Davis' house. We've got him holed up. Les, Ralph, and Myra Davis are inside. Send all the help you can spare. Send tear gas. Better make that 1199. We'll need help fast. 10-4?
10-4.
Look, Pop, there are a lot of bushes out in the front yard. If I stay low, I can cross the porch into the yard and maybe work halfway up to them before they see me. Then we can get out of here.
What do you think, Myra?
Well, the kid's a good shot. He's fast. And furthermore, those flat feet don't expect it. Let him go.
All right, son. Take your time. And when you make your move, we'll give you some covering fire. Maybe I ought to be going out there instead of Ralph.
Listen, Les, we've never played this to lose before. Let's not start now.
Look, front door just open. I can't see anything, but let's fire a couple of shots into the bushes just to play safe.
Well, let's cover him.
Hey.
The bushes right in front of the house. I think I saw something. that automatic gun.
We'll need that automatic rifle. I better go out and see if I can get it.
Les, come back. We don't need it. They can't see the car from where they are. I think we can make it that way. It's worth a try.
Ralph did real good. He just shot a little too high. The cops were on the ground behind the trees.
Well, don't you shoot high. I'll drive.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Get back in the house. I'll cover you.
You think she'll come out?
No, she's the toughest of them all.
Myra.
It's Les. He's still alive. Go over and see what you can do for him.
Myra, Les is alive. He wants to talk to you. Myra, there's nothing to fight for now. I don't know how long he's going to last, but he keeps asking for you. Myra, throw down your guns and come out. He keeps calling for you.
Drop the gun. Drop it.
Les.
Myra.
He's dead. Cops.
You're a smart girl. Too bad. You could have had a nice family, too.
I hope you'll be with us next week. Until then, remember, no matter how new, the safest device in your car is you. This is Bradley Crawford saying, see you next week.
Investigation, there was still no clue to the elusive criminal.
Get in. Get in the car.
You want to live, don't you? Make one false move. Give me that bag. And put your hands on the wheel and keep them there. Now, you drive out as though nothing happened. Go about a mile down the highway before you stop. I'll be right behind you, and I'll kill you dead on a doornail if you don't do exactly as I say.
Yeah, what is it?
Teletype from upstate.
The latest suspect in the case of the polka dot bandit was a complete washout. The last holdup charged the polka dot was a month ago, and this suspect was in the Ventnor County Jail that night.
Well, that's a fair country alibi. Where's that leave us?
Right where we came in 6 months ago. We've questioned over 30 suspects in that time and no takers. I'm beginning to lose patience.
Now, wait a minute. It's patience that's keeping Mr. Polka Dot out of prison. He's not greedy. Other hoods get successful, they start pressing their luck, not this guy.
That's right. Sometimes his jobs are 4 to 5 weeks apart.
Yeah, and he's got no pattern or location. He's satisfied with a small take. We'll keep working on it.
Say, I wonder how he spends his time between jobs and what kind of a man he is.
Hurry up, Daddy. You're a slowpoke.
No, come on. Who's a slowpoke? I better beat you.
I beat you.
No, you didn't. I'm gonna get you. Oh, you thought you could beat me, did you?
Uh-huh.
Hi, we're home.
Good. You have a nice walk?
Great, but it made us hungry.
I'll give breakfast in just a few minutes. Was Daddy a good boy?
Oh, yes. I never even had to scold him once. But we saw a little bird that fell out of a tree.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I picked him up, and Daddy climbed the tree and put him back in the nest.
Well, your daddy was a nice man to do that.
Oh, it was nothing really. Any lad who can climb a tree would have done the same thing.
And the mother bird came along and just made an awful fuss. She thought Daddy didn't belong in the tree.
But Daddy survived.
Oh,
But it
sure.
won't much longer without something to eat.
All right. You go wash your little hands and face. We'll feed all of us in just a few minutes.
You hurry up now. Come in.
Hello, Keith.
What are you doing here?
I just stopped by to say hello.
Now, look.
Who is it, dear?
Well, Sally, this is Ed an old friend of mine. Ed, this is my wife.
How do you do, Mr. Merchant?
How do you do, Mrs. Tobin? It's a pleasure.
I'm all cleaned up, Mother.
Mr. Merchant, this is Debbie, our daughter.
I'm pleased to meet you, sir.
Hello, Debbie.
We're just about to have some breakfast. You'll join us, won't you, Mr. Merchant?
Well, thank you very much. It sounds like a very nice idea.
Come on, Debbie. You can help Mother. Excuse us, please.
Well, it's a nice house, Keith. Lovely wife and daughter.
What do you want?
I want to team up again. 10 years ago, when we worked together, jobs used to come off like clockwork. No big killings, but we made a living.
Then you decided to branch out.
Yeah. My first job alone, I got picked up. I just got out of prison 2 weeks ago, on parole. I need you, Keith. We can work together like we used to and make it click.
Not a chance in the world. Besides, I'm no longer in that business.
Oh? What business are you in?
I'm a salesman.
What do you sell? I can make things very unpleasant.
Don't you try to push me around.
Why, Keith, I'm not the type to push anyone around. I'm just trying to protect you and protect your family. Wouldn't it be awful if something happened to one of them?
Get out.
Okay. Will you give my apologies to Mrs. Tobin?
Get out.
I'll stop back again sometime. You might change your mind.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize how late it was. I just can't miss this appointment.
Debbie, Daddy's leaving.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Goodbye, honey. You look after Mother, huh? I won't be long.
Drive carefully.
Hello there.
Hello.
Where's Mother?
She went over to see Mrs. Riker. Do you know Mrs. Riker?
No, I don't.
She fell down a little while ago, and she can't walk very much.
Well, that's too bad. Tell me, honey, does Mother think it's a good idea for you to stay all alone like this?
I'm not alone. Sally Jane is with me.
Where's Sally Jane?
Right here.
Oh.
This is Pete Pete.
Why do you call him Pete Pete?
Daddy says he'd learn his name quicker if he heard it more often.
Daddy's a pretty smart man, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Polka Dot Bandit.
Where?
Greenstone Mills. He got the manager of the Mills commissary as he's on his way to the bank with the weekend receipts.
What about roadblocks?
Set up, north and south of Greenstone Mills.
What's the time element?
Well, we got the call within 5 minutes of the holdup, and this time the victim gave us a good description of the bandit.
Polka dot mask, about 5'10", 170 pounds. Coat was brown tweed, pin sticking in the left lapel. Brown slacks and brown shoes. How'd you get away from the scene of the crime?
On foot. Probably had a car stashed somewhere. We're checking.
All available units to the Gingrich Mountain area. I'm on my way now.
Sally? Debbie?
What did I tell you? You lied to me, Keith. You're not a salesman. You should find a safer place for your samples. Oh, I took the bullets out. I felt safer that way. All right, what's the deal? Half of what you picked up this morning and half of everything from here on out. And don't you try to stall me. I can get ugly, too. Okay. I know when I'm licked. Here's the money. Where's your car?
Parked down the road a ways. Why?
I'll walk you down there. Sally might come back, and I don't want to explain things to her. Just a second.
All right, this is far enough. Let's make the split here.
I don't know why I should do this, Ed, but I'm going to give you one more chance. Now, you get out of my life, and don't you ever come back.
Although the finding of Merchant's body was a direct result of the search for the polka dot bandit, there was no reason to suspect a connection between the two crimes.
He doesn't answer the suspect's description.
His name is Edward F. Merchant. He's on parole, released from prison 2 weeks ago. There's his parole instructions. He shot at very close range with what appears to be a small caliber revolver. Oh, by the way, the medical examiner and ambulance are on the way.
What's an ex-con doing in this neighborhood?
That bothered me, too. The actual shooting took place on the road. His body was dragged over there. It must have happened just a few minutes before I drove past.
There's not too many houses in this area. I'll take Glenridge Road. After another unit gets here, you take Pine Ridge.
Right.
Debbie, where are you?
Pick him up.
Debbie, what are you doing?
Playing bandit, Daddy, like Mr. Merchant showed me.
Debbie, honey, do you see that automobile?
Yes, Daddy.
Well, that's a highway patrol car, and here you are a bandit. You'd better hide. They're ringing the bell now. Here, Debbie, quick. Hide in the trunk of the car. You better give me that gun. It could be evidence. Now, Debbie, honey, listen to me. Don't let this lid close, but keep very still and very quiet.
Gee, Daddy, this is fun.
Hello?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Yes, Mr. Matthews. Come on in. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to the door. I was out in the backyard. I'm Keith Tobin.
You own this property?
Yes.
How long you lived here?
Oh, about 5 years.
You know an Edward F. Merchant?
No, I don't guess so. The name doesn't ring any bells.
Any strangers been around here lately?
No, not that I know of.
Has anybody new moved into this area?
I don't think so. Most of the people we know have been here a long time.
Okay, thanks. That'll do it, I guess.
Well, if there's anything else I can do...
I'll let you know.
Cops are gone, pal. We're safe.
I like your mask and gun, Daddy. I found them in your drawer. They're better than mine.
Debbie, where's Mother?
Oh, at Mrs. Riker's. Daddy, I'll get my mask and Jimmy's machine gun and we'll both play bandit.
Not now, honey. I've got to talk with Mother. Say, how'd you like to go up to Shad Lake for a few days?
Oh, Daddy, that would be fun.
Okay, I'll find Mother and we'll go.
$21.10 to $21.50. $21.10 to $21.50.
$21.50 by.
Located abandoned vehicle registered to Edward F. Merchant on temporary permit. Car was purchased 11 days ago.
Where's the car?
A little ways south of where we found Merchant's body.
I'm on my way.
10-4.
I think it'd be wonderful to go to the lake, dear, but what do we tell the Harpers? They're expecting us this evening.
But, Sally, I've already promised Debbie we'd go. And how many times have you told me that I must not break promises to Debbie?
Okay. When you start quoting me to me, I quit. We'll go to the lake.
Found this in the glove compartment, an address on Glen Ridge Road.
224, Keith Tobin. I was just there. Tobin said he never saw Merchant.
Well, why did Merchant have Tobin's address in the car?
Let's find out.
I think that'll be enough for a few days.
Where's Debbie?
She's playing in the backyard. We'll pick her up on the way out.
I'll put these things in the car.
Well, now, if that's our suspect, we're in for trouble.
Sally, listen to me. There's some men coming to the door. They're going to ask if Ed Merchant was here this morning. Say no.
But, Keith...
Did you hear me? Say no.
Yes, Keith, I hear you.
Mr. Matthews, come in.
Thanks.
Mr. Matthews, this is Mrs. Tobin.
Mr. Matthews?
How do you do?
Mr. Matthews is with the Highway Patrol. He was here this morning asking some questions, but in the excitement of getting ready to go to the lake, I forgot to tell you.
You two live here alone?
That's right.
What about the little girl I saw in the yard?
That was our daughter, Debbie.
Oh, I see. Mrs. Tobin, this morning I asked your husband a question. Did he know an Edward F. Merchant? He said no. I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you know this man by name, or did you ever see him?
No.
What's your husband do?
He's a salesman.
What company?
He has his own sales agency, and he handles several different lines. Mr. Matthews, why are you asking all these questions?
We're looking for two men who might be in this area. This morning, one committed a robbery, the other a murder.
Murder?
We might be looking for one man who did both.
But why are you looking here? Why are you questioning us? Do we look like robbers? Does my husband look like a murderer?
Mrs. Tobin, we found a piece of paper with your name and address on it in the murdered man's car. Evidently, he was shot on his way here or murdered leaving the area. By the position of his car, it looks like he was leaving.
I don't care what you say. I don't care if he was coming or going. I know Keith, and I know he wouldn't have anything to do with this. Keith, tell this man that you know nothing about all this.
Well, of course I don't.
Satisfied?
Well, there's just one more question. What kind of a coat were you wearing this morning?
I'll answer that question. My husband has nothing to hide. He was wearing a brown tweed.
May I see the coat?
You certainly may. It's right here in the closet.
The victim of the robbery said the robber was wearing a brown tweed coat with a pin in the lapel.
Keith.
Hold it! Don't shoot!
Get to the trunk of the car so we can't shoot or drive him into a wreck. Tobin, come out with your hands up.
Come and get me.
Tobin, don't shoot. Your little girl's in the trunk of your car.
You're lying. It's a trap.
I give you my word, we'll hold our fire, but get her out of there.
Debbie! Are you there?
Daddy! Daddy, I'm here!
Debbie, my baby, my baby.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so scared.
It's all right, baby. Don't cry. It's all right now.
What are you doing to my daddy? It was just a game. I was playing bandit. And Daddy taught me to hide. So what? Daddy, tell them it was only a game.
Please, can we go now?
Take him away. You'll be with us next week. Until then, remember, no matter how new, the safest device in your car is you. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
One of the principal trouble sources of any law enforcement agency is circumstantial evidence. Too often, coincidence and chance conspire to point an overwhelming finger of guilt at an innocent person. The Highway Patrol encountered just such a case the morning that Stash Irwin, a wanted criminal, drove through the gates of the Apex Plastics Company.
Not one word. You, stand on the floor. Come on. Stand on the floor. All right, you, come here. Come on. Fire up. Her ankles, too. Gagger. Okay, around the back. Come on, around the back. Turn around. Turn around!
Okay. All right, mister. Pull it up there. You have to wait now.
That's a gray convertible. No license number. All right, I got it. Thanks. All right, we know the car was headed east when it left the plant. Could have doubled back. We can't take any chances. Put a roadblock here. Another one here. And one over here. Alert all units to look for a gray convertible. Let's go out to the plant that was robbed. Did you talk to the guard?
No, he's still unconscious. They're moving him from the dispensary to the hospital in town. So all we know is what we knew before. It was a gray convertible. Did find out one thing, though. The guard managed to fire 2 shots before he passed out.
In other words, we have no way of knowing whether somebody was waiting for him in the car or not.
But Mr. Stedman and I both told you the holdup man worked alone.
Yeah, Miss Fowler, when you saw him, he worked alone. But this doesn't rule out the possibility somebody else was waiting in the car. Now, there are a lot of things that don't add up. How did he get in the plant in the first place? As far as I understand it, you can't get into this plant without a company pass.
Well, of course, the gateman can pass a visitor through if he gets an okay from someone in authority.
Well, we'll know the answer to that and a lot of other questions when the guard regains consciousness. How much did he get?
$28,000.
For you, Mr. Matthews.
Oh, thanks. Listen, Matthews.
How's the neck?
Much better, thanks.
Oh? All right, fine. Get it to ballistics as soon as you can, will you? Thanks very much.
Right.
It's going to be quite a while before we can talk to the guard. He's in a coma.
Somebody sure left you stranded out in the middle of nowhere. I can take you as far as Farnsworth.
Suits me fine.
You all right, buddy?
It's nothing. Just a cold.
Sure you're okay?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Mister, I don't care what you say. You're sick. I'm going to get you to a doctor.
Look, will you forget about it? I'm all right, I tell you. Okay. So now you know. Just keep driving. From now on, you're my personal chauffeur.
Look, take the car, why don't you? Just let me go.
No dice. I need you to jockey me around.
When you're finished with me, how do I know you won't kill me?
You don't, pal. You don't.
Drop that gun and get out of the car. Drop that gun. Turn around. Put your hand on top of your head.
Oh, am I glad to see you?
I'll bet you are.
You expect us to believe, Mr. Siddons, that Irwin, badly wounded, was on the highway trying to hitch a ride?
Yes, that's what I expect you to believe.
You also expect us to believe that by a strange coincidence, you, an employee of Apex Plastics, the plant that was robbed this afternoon, gave Irwin a ride, coincidentally in a gray convertible. A gray convertible that's been identified as the car driven by the persons or persons who shot the guard.
Can I help it if there's so much coincidence? It's the truth, I tell you, every word. I never saw Irwin in my life before I picked him up on the road. Why, I wasn't anywhere near the plant when the robbery occurred.
No? Where were you then?
I told you. I went house hunting. Drove around, looking at homes.
Did you go back to the plant?
No, I didn't. I had no reason to.
28,000 is a pretty good reason.
I'm innocent, I tell you. I don't know why you keep hammering at me. It's easy enough to check my story. Ask him, why don't you? Ask Irwin. He'll verify what I'm saying. He'll tell you how it was.
If Irwin does any talking, it's going to be to a higher court than the one that tries you.
What do you mean?
Irwin's dead, Mr. Siddons.
2 hours of intensive questioning failed to shake Warren Siddons' testimony. While in the hospital, the wounded guard was fighting a grim battle for his life.
Won't budge. Still sticks to his story that the first time he saw Stash was when he picked him up on the highway.
Did he explain how Irwin got in the car? Or the fact that a witness said whoever shot the guard was driving the same make gray convertible?
Well, assuming that there were 2 great convertibles, it's possible maybe something was wrong with Stash's car and he had to get rid of it.
You really believe that?
I said it's possible.
He had the gun when we picked him up. The paraffin test proves he fired it. How about that?
Well, Siddons said he struggled with Stash and it went off during the fight.
And, of course, Stash isn't around to contest that version.
Well, what do you think?
Look at it this way. Stash needed inside help. Someone who knew the layout and could smuggle him inside the plant. Now, I could have ridden in with Siddons, maybe crouched down in the back of his car. Stash would have had to pull the actual holdup alone, because even with a mask, there was a chance that someone in payroll might recognize Siddons. So Stash got the money, came back down, got in the back of the car, and they started to drive off. When the guard heard the alarm go off, tried to stop the car. Siddons gunned him down. The guard managed to get off a couple of shots, and as he did, Stash had reared up to see what was going on and caught a slug. The rest we know.
And the money?
Well, they probably ditched it somewhere before running into the roadblock. Plan to come back and pick it up later.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's only one thing.
What's that?
No matter how much circumstantial evidence we've got, he's innocent until proven guilty. We've got to build a case against him which leaves no room for doubt.
That means a complete check of his story, step by step against the facts.
That's right. Now, the area where Siddons claimed he picked up Stash Irwin. Have it going over. Tell all units to fan out. Keep their eyes open for any sign of the car or the money.
I heard it on the radio, I tell you, on the newscast. Stash is dead. They're holding Siddons on charges.
What about the money? They find that too?
No mention.
Just our luck. After everything had gone perfectly, this had to happen. They say Siddons had no alibi.
That's right. Why, what are you thinking?
That patrol guy. He implied Stash might have had inside help. But the finger could point at me, and I wouldn't much like that. Since Siddons is already in the fire, maybe you and I had better do what we can about making sure the police don't run out of coal.
That's the spot, all right. Siddons was definite about that sign when he picked Stash up.
And a car should be right around here if there was a car. Stash couldn't have walked very far in his condition.
Yeah, that's right. Have the men keep checking. Tell them to spread out and check further up the road. If you want me, I'll be at the Apex plant. Is this Siddons' desk?
Yes. Imagine all that time working with him, eating in the same cafeteria, and he was just waiting for the day to pull off that holdup. Why, I even let him drive me home from work one day.
Well, this is nice. A handicapping sheet, pari-mutual tickets. It's worth about $2,000-3,000.
On his salary?
You want to see Siddons' time card?
Yeah.
You know, if he claims he punched out at noon, he's lying in his teeth. See for yourself.
According to this, he never punched out at all.
Well, he probably intended to punch out, but when the guard stopped him...
Could something go wrong with the machine? Could it fail to register?
Look, as payroll supervisor, those machines are my department. I check them daily.
Thanks, Mr. Stedman. Excuse me.
Hello?
Relax, honey. I just wanted to tell you it's okay. I was able to get into our friend's house. Everything's taken care of.
Not one thing you've told us is checked out. Not one. The investigation failed to turn up any trace of the missing money or another gray convertible. Then there's this matter of your time card here.
I don't understand that. I distinctly remember punching out.
These were found in your desk. It's a lot of dough to spend on horses with your income.
Oh, I don't know how they got there. Somebody must have put them there by mistake. I never gamble, except maybe a quarter on the office football pool.
I suppose this was somebody else's mistake, too. They were found in your house, packed and ready for a trip.
They're not mine. I never saw them before. I don't even own any luggage.
They're packed with your clothes.
I can't help that. I never packed them.
We also found these travel folders. Mexico, Central, and South America. Also an airline timetable with a flight underscored tomorrow night, 8 o'clock to Lima, Peru. We checked with the airlines. They've got a reservation in your name.
I don't know anything about it, I tell you. I can't understand any of this. It's like some horrible nightmare.
Siddons, how do you expect us to believe you in the face of so much evidence?
Yeah. Sir Johnson, come here. That might be it. There's much too much evidence. It's all too neat. Only a chump in this case would deny his guilt, either that or an innocent man.
The lab said there were no prints on the luggage. Looked like it was wiped clean.
Well, regardless of that, we got enough on this guy to convict a dozen men, but anybody who's smart enough to plan and execute a job like this, well, he'd try to alibi himself, wouldn't he?
It could be. Somebody's trying to frame him.
Ask him a question. You did arrange for a passport, didn't you?
No.
If he's planning on taking tomorrow night's flight to Lima, he would have made passport provisions, wouldn't he? Matthews. What? When was this? All of it? Are you sure? Right, thanks. They found the money. It was in a culvert about 3 miles away from where Siddons said he picked up Irwin. They also found the gray convertible. Gas tank was punctured and the front seat was covered with blood. Well, that puts you in the clear. Sorry we had to put you through the ringer like this.
I know how it must have looked, all that coincidence.
Now we've got to find the guy who was trying to frame you.
Frame me? I don't understand. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. But why should anybody want to frame me?
Well, there's only one reason I can think of. They want to set you up as a patsy. Divert suspicion from them Or him. Now, look, tell me, who's got access to your desk? Who can fool around with your time cards?
Someone I worked with. Someone I maybe even counted on as a friend. But that could be any one of several dozen persons. How'll you know which is guilty?
If we catch him, he'll tell us. Greed strapped a lot of guys, you know.
How do you mean?
Well, right now, we're the only ones that know that the $28,000 has been recovered. Now, with your help, we'll use it as bait. That and you.
I've got a personal axe to grind here. This day's experience has aged me 10 years. Somebody's going to pay for that.
Mr. Siddons, I've got an idea.
I just heard it on the radio. They found Stash's car. The police are convinced now that Siddons was involved, but not actually involved in the holdup and shooting. They let him out on bail.
He'll be back in after his trial. With all the evidence we planted, he doesn't stand a chance of beating the rap.
But he's out now.
So, what are you building?
The money. They still haven't found the money. $28,000, and it's just like the earth swallowed it up. Look, Stash is dead. Now, the only other person in the whole world who might give us a clue to where that money is Warren Siddons.
The cops already grilled him. If he knew anything about the money, he would have told them.
Maybe not. They aren't such mental giants, those cops. Maybe they overlooked something.
Maybe.
Look, all I know is we took a lot of chances to get that money, went to an awful lot of trouble. I think it's worth taking a few more risks.
I can't question him. He knows me.
He doesn't know me. Mr. Siddons? I'm Margaret Mason, Mr. Siddons, the Cornwall Insurance. The Apex Plastic Company is one of our clients. I'd like to talk to you, if I may.
Please come in. You sit down, please.
Thank you. You see, unless that stolen money is recovered, the Cornwall Insurance is out $28,000, so you can well understand our interest.
I see. Will you excuse me a moment, please?
Of course.
That's it. 2150 to headquarters.
2150. Go ahead.
Contact DMV. Get me a 28 and a 29 on license number 2 X-ray 49010. Repeat, 2 X-ray 49010. 10-4?
10-4, 2150.
Mr. Siddons, did Mr. Irwin ever get out of the car? You know, he might have found an opportunity to hide that money if he did.
Yes, we stopped near a culvert about 20 miles from Farnsworth.
Did you ever tell this to the police, Mr. Siddons?
Mm-hmm. But they didn't find anything.
Gloria Burgess, 2017 Fernleaf Place, 10-4.
Checked the culvert, but they didn't find anything. Yes, Siddons is very sure of the directions. Well, what can we lose? All right, now be sure you have it straight in your mind. Okay, I'll meet you there in 15 minutes.
Miss Burgess, you're under arrest. Don't worry about your boyfriend. We'll keep the date for you. Let's go. We'll drop her off at the county jail on the way. Strange place to check the payroll. Don't be stupid, you're covered.
Get your hands up.
Look, I was only trying to help. I thought you may have missed something.
Yeah, sure, I bet you did. That's what Miss Burgess thought, too. Okay, take him away. Next week's case, handled by the Highway Patrol, is a very exciting one. We hope you'll be with us. Until then, remember, the careless driver isn't driving his car. He's aiming it. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Law enforcement agencies are frequently helped in the apprehension of criminals by the method of operation used in committing the crime. Smart criminals attempt to counteract this intelligence by avoiding a set pattern of activity or by engaging in a confusing pattern. Such an operation was encountered by the Highway Patrol in March of this year. The criminals trapped the victims by posing as hitchhikers. Two of them were attractive females, completely opposite in physical appearance and mannerisms. However, they were alike in one respect. Both knew how to use a gun.
You got something?
Another holdup. A brunette walked into a filling station and said her car was out of gas about 2 miles down the road. As the attendant was filling the container with gas, the truck drove in.
How can a truck driver have money like that?
He wasn't a truck driver. He was a farmer. And he just sold 20 head of cattle for cash.
Well, this is no coincidence. This is a setup.
Either way, it was perfect. They struck up a conversation, and the victim offered to drive her back to her car.
Says here, a mile out of town, she flagged him down with a gun, and that was it, huh?
As I see it, the only difference in these cases is the color of the gal's hair.
A girl can change the color of her hair faster than she can change her mind.
Or it could have been a wig.
What have we got on these people?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Exactly that. The gal appears, pulls the job, and disappears. All we have is the testimony of two confused and crestfallen male witnesses.
No vehicles used?
None reported.
Blatant prints?
No.
Witnesses?
The service station attendant saw the woman. His description doesn't fit that given by the victim.
Yeah, that figures. All right, let's see. The blonde pulled a job on the border last month. This one was near Upper Valley.
30 days and 200 miles apart.
They've got to have a method of picking their victims.
They?
Yeah, this could be one woman, two women, or an organization. I'll take the organization.
So?
Contact the two victims. Get a description of everyone they saw for the past several days. Maybe we can put something together. In the meantime?
In the meantime?
We're stuck.
Several weeks later, a man who called himself Warren Childs had checked in at a highway motel many miles from either of the other crimes. He carried a sample case and represented himself as a salesman of costume jewelry.
Hello, Mrs. Johns.
Well, Mr. Childs, how did you get along today?
Not too well. Most of small-town merchants around here have turned thumbs down on stocking our line of costume jewelry.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How do you do? May I help you?
I hope so. Do you have a vacancy?
Yes, we do. Would you like to see it?
No, I'll take it. Right now, I'm interested in something to eat. How's that restaurant down the street?
Well, this gentleman eats there all the time.
Well, I make it a practice never to recommend a restaurant. Every time I do, the other fellow gets a bum meal.
Well, I have to eat somewhere.
Well, then all I can say is I've been eating over there for the past 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, I'm on my way to dinner right now.
That's good enough for me. You just wait till I register and I'll walk over with you.
Well, you can do that when you come back if you like.
Fine. Let's go.
I'm Warren Childs.
I'm Doyle Houston.
Miss Johns, you keep your eye on my sample case?
Yes, of course.
Brought your customer, Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Childs.
While Doyle Houston was setting up the next victim, the two female accomplices waited in the cabin hideout.
Hi, enjoy your walk? Ah, it was wonderful. And that sunset. I haven't seen anything like that since I was 10 years old. You just haven't been looking. We've had a lot of them since then. How would you know? When are you going to stick your nose out the door and get some exercise? I've had all the exercise I need this afternoon. I washed my nylons.
I always claim that the man that has money has an advantage over the man that hasn't. And I've proved it time after time.
Well, how?
Well, the consideration clause, for one thing.
What's that?
Well, in some of these land auctions, they insert a clause giving the seller 24 hours consideration as to whether or not he wants to sell. That's so that they can back out if they let the property go too cheap.
Oh, I see.
But if you've paid the full amount down in cash, they're stuck. It's your property, consideration to the contrary.
Well, if you're going to get that good night's sleep, we'd better mosey along. I'll take the check.
Not on your tin type. This is my party.
All right. If you'll have breakfast on me in the morning.
It's a deal. How about 8 o'clock?
Fine.
Boy, I'm glad we're not playing for money. I wouldn't play you for money. There's a car coming. It's Warren. Are we in business?
Yeah. Man's name is Doyle Houston. He's carrying $2,500 in cash.
Where does he keep it?
In his inside coat pocket.
Good.
We're going to the restaurant at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll meet him and tell him that I have to go back and wait for a long-distance call. You go into the restaurant and take over from there.
The restaurant at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Now, both of you come back here and stay. I'll stick around the motel and restaurant until it's safe to travel.
10.
The following morning, the trap began to close around Doyle Houston, the man who had been foolish enough to tell a stranger he was carrying considerable cash.
Charlene, do you think Midnight Lure will work at 8 o'clock in the morning? You'll do, with or without the Midnight Lure. Come on, we've got half an hour to get to the restaurant.
Sorry, Doyle, I forgot. I have to stand by and wait for a long-distance call this morning. I'll be back as soon as it comes in.
Oh, that's all right, but I think I'll eat and get on my way.
I'm sure sorry. Well, if I don't see you again, good luck.
Thanks. Same to you.
Bye. Bye.
You're in business.
Yes, miss.
I'm from the agency. Are you Mr. Adams?
No, I'm just Joe.
Oh, well, you did send to the agency for a waitress, didn't you?
Not me.
Don't tell me I've made a mistake. I'm sure I followed directions. I was to go to the first restaurant on the highway outside of Landfield.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're in the wrong town. Landfield is the next place west.
Oh. Wouldn't you know something like this would happen to me? And I was so sure this was Landfield. Is there a bus?
In about 2 hours.
How far is it?
About 17 miles. You could take a cab.
I can't afford that.
Oh, I'm going that way, miss. I'd be glad to drive you to Landfield.
Oh, I couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, why not? I'm going through there anyway.
Well, I'd certainly appreciate it.
Perfectly all right. Hard to imagine a beautiful girl like you working in a place like that.
Beautiful girls have to eat.
I have to go up north today, but I'll be back through here sometime tomorrow, and, well, if there's anything I can do,
There is.
Oh, what?
Pull over to the side of the road. Put your hands behind your back. Do as I say. Put your hands behind your back.
But this must be a joke. A girl like you just couldn't do a thing like this.
It's no joke. You make one single move and I'll shoot. Shoot. Any change in plans? Warren says no. Let's go.
An examination of Doyle Houston's car disclosed no obvious evidence. Patrolman Morse took the necessary steps to obtain more information on the victim.
Name is Doyle Houston. Here's a bill from the highway motel where he stayed last night. I found it in the glove compartment.
What about the coroner and the lab boys?
They're on the way. Headquarters is checking the license number to find out where he lived. No registration card.
Well, she didn't take the car, so somebody must have picked her up.
She?
Yeah. There's a faint odor of perfume in the car. That tells a story in itself. Look, I'm going back to the motel. You wait for the lab boys. Meet me there as soon as possible.
Right.
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Did you have a Doyle Houston check in here last night?
Yes.
Was he alone or was there a woman with him?
He was alone.
Did you see him when he left this morning?
Yes, I called him at 7:30, and a little while later he drove out. He went over to the restaurant for breakfast.
Well, thanks. I'll check the restaurant. If a patrolman comes in, tell him I'm over there, will you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Tell me, was there a man in here for breakfast this morning about 8 o'clock? He was about, 5 feet 10 or 11, probably 165 pounds. He had on a light gray suit. Oh, he also had a mustache.
Yeah, I remember him.
Did he come in alone?
Yes.
Did he leave alone?
Well, no. He went out with the girl.
What girl?
Well, I don't know. I never saw her before. But boy, was she a looker. Blonde, I think.
Where'd she come from?
Well, I don't know that either. You see, she'd been sent here to take a job as a waitress, but she was in the wrong town. And the man you're talking about, well, he offered to drive her to Landfield.
Oh, fine. Thanks for your help.
Was something wrong?
Yeah, something's wrong.
Boy, am I hungry. Me too. The mountain air. I'll be glad we get out of this mountain air before I pick up another 10 pounds. You know, that's the worst of Warren's system, is hanging around the neighborhood when the work's done. You picked the wrong word. That's the best of Warren's system. We don't make a move until he's sure it's safe to do so. I guess you're right.
Lab boys had an expert check the perfume. Midnight Lure.
And?
DMV checked the license plates. 3016 got in touch with his wife. He was carrying $2,500 in cash on him.
Now we gotta find out how the blonde knew he had it with him. There must be somebody around here saw her arrive on the scene.
There's some houses down the street. I'll go down and check and see if anyone saw her get out of a car that could be identified.
I'll recheck the motel. If we can find out where she came from, we might find out where she went. Let's go.
Right.
Yes, Mr. Matthews?
Oh, would you give me a list of all your guests, the names, addresses, license numbers?
I'd be glad to.
You see, Houston met a woman in the restaurant this morning. He gave her a lift to Landfield. We want to know if anybody saw that woman. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Was there anybody else up at 8 o'clock this morning?
The two maids and the janitor and myself, of course. And Mr. Childs.
Well, I'll talk to all of them. Start with Mr. Childs. Where is he?
Cabin 27 in the front.
Thanks.
Come in.
Mr. Childs?
Yes?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
What a disappointment. Thought you might be a customer. What can I do for you, Miss Matthews?
Well, this morning a woman wandered into the restaurant. She was given a lift by a Doyle Houston.
And?
We're trying to figure out where she came from and how she got here. That is to say, what means of transportation she used. Did you happen to see her?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Did you know Mr. Houston?
Well, not until last night. He arrived as I was talking to Mrs. Johns. He said he wanted to know whether it was a good restaurant, and I told him I had to settle for just a restaurant.
Anything else?
Well, we had dinner together. He was quite a talker.
What business are you in, Mr. Childs?
Well, sometimes I wonder if I have any. Actually, I'm covering the small towns in this area, trying to sell them some costume jewelry.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope you make it. Thanks for your help. Well, I think we're hot. There's a guy at the motel I had dinner with Houston last night. He could have found out about the money.
Oh, yeah?
He also was with that gal Houston was with. I got a whiff of the same perfume.
Got enough to pick him up?
Enough to make him a suspect, though. Take a look. Here he comes. Are we going to stand around all day when we don't even know what we're looking for? Oh, how are you, Mr. Childs?
Hi. We're looking for a woman.
What woman? We haven't even got a fingerprint.
Say, you remember that girl with
Checked him. He doesn't remember a thing. She could be 200 or 300 miles away by now. I'm going back to headquarters. You go back on traffic duty.
All right.
Go a half mile east, pick a hiding place. If he comes out, tail him. Keep in touch with me. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. We need a civilian car to trail a suspect. Will you cooperate?
I sure would. Where's the suspect?
He should be along any minute. Would you mind pulling right over there? Suspect just drove by. I'm using civilian car for pursuit. It's a gray sedan. License number C for Charles, P for Peter, G for George, 397. Mind if I drive? Highway Patrol.
Yes, sir.
Tell them where you dropped me and how to get here. Tell them it's 1199.
What's 1199?
Officer needs help.
Do you need help?
I won't know till I get there.
How did it work?
Yeah, like a charm. We left with nothing but a vague description of you by the restaurant operator.
That's good.
As the man from the Highway Patrol said, before she can be identified, she's got to be found. What about those clothes?
They belong to the owner. Come on, let's go. I'll be right there.
Good police procedure indicated waiting help, but the criminals were moving. Immediate action was necessary.
All right, hold it. Drop your purse on the ground. Turn around. Put your hands on top of the car, both of you.
What's the excitement, Mr. Matthews?
Well, 2/3 of it's here. All we need now is the blonde.
What blonde?
I'm not going to make small talk with you. What kind of perfume do you use?
I'm sure it wouldn't appeal to you. It's called a Wayfarer.
I'll find out.
Satisfied?
Yeah.
Matthews, I think I proved in the city that I was willing to cooperate with the law at all times. And I resent being treated like a criminal.
Well, aren't you? I'm going to check the cabin.
Right.
All right, get over there. Let me have that bag. I imagine we'll find that the bullet from this gun killed Houston.
How did you know I was in there?
Your perfume. What you use to trap your victims trapped you. All right, turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Okay, go ahead. The Highway Patrol story next week is a very unusual one. We hope you'll be with us. Until then, remember, the clowns at the circus, they're real funny. But on the highway, they're murder. This is Roderick Crawford saying see you next week.
The enforcement of the traffic laws is one of the major functions of the Highway Patrol. Despite constant vigilance, recklessness and speed bring their daily toll of life and property. On May 1st, 2 men were speeding to a resort area. They were dressed like fishermen, they looked like fishermen, but they were different from most fishermen.
Told you to take it easy on those curves. Gil's probably going out of his mind right now because we're behind schedule. You might even think that we forgot the bait. Some bait? Yeah, and plenty of it. Plenty.
If I will get you 10, you can't guess what I'd like to be doing. I'll give you a hint. It's the opening day.
Sure, you and a million other fishing fanatics.
Some of them won't make it. You check the hospitals and morgues, you'll see.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Breaking their necks to get to their favorite spots. Here's a bulletin on that Clayton Industries robbery this morning.
Oh, an eyewitness just located. Saw 2 men speeding away from the plant at 5 a.m. in a green and white convertible. Make and license unknown. Suspects were headed north on Highway 110. That's all?
You wanted to go fishing?
Oh, wait a minute. A couple of guys knock over the biggest industrial plant in the area. There's got to be 1,000 green and white convertibles around here, so what have we got now? Green and white convertible. Make and license unknown and 2 men. You don't call that good fishing?
Well, I could be Adelaide County by now.
Yeah, it's too late for a roadblock. Put out an APB. Tell them to be on the lookout for a green and white convertible. 2 men, making license unknown. Tell them to use caution. They might be on.
Right.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Hey, in England, that's good driving.
It's reckless driving here, besides.
Don't be a sorehead. We're on a vacation. Let's live it up.
Yeah, let's do just that. What's funny now?
I was just thinking. My brother-in-law's probably yelling his lugs out of my sister right now because I took the car. It's his baby.
Hank, look out!
$50,000. Oh, that's not a bad haul. Huh? We got nothing. 11 green and white convertibles, they're all clean. Yeah, sure, I'll keep you posted. What do you got?
An accident report out on County Road 4 near the Pinecrest Resort area.
What are you giving it to me for?
Well, I thought you ought to know. There were 2 men. They were driving a green and white convertible.
Let's take a look.
Hey, Gil, I got to thinking about that muskie you lost back in Wisconsin. What a whopper. You ever think about him?
Yeah. I had 3 years to think about him. Any sign of him yet?
Nothing. What's that car trouble?
You checked the car?
Sure. Ran like a clock. Be a lot of things. Detour, a tire.
Yeah, those wet-aid punks probably dropped off someplace just for a sandwich.
Sounds like an ambulance.
Or cops.
Must be an accident.
Whatever it is, I don't like it. You better get down and take a look.
Sure, Gil.
Rubberneck all you want. But keep your mouth shut.
Don't see what goes.
2 fatalities, fishermen. Speedometer stopped at 60.
Guess they thought the trout wouldn't wait. When'd you get here?
Well, it couldn't have been more than a few minutes after it happened. I was on 110 at Rich Corners.
Anybody here when you arrived?
Just an old man and his wife, that's all. They said they lived down the canyon, heard the crash and came right up. I got the statements.
That's all the stuff they had with them?
That's it. The trunk flew open when it hit. It's empty.
You sure?
Well, I checked everything when I made out the impound sheet. Everything's listed. Looks like good equipment.
It's real good. Too good. It's brand new, never been used. Just doesn't gel. Fisherman's usually got a favorite, a rod or a reel. He's never found without it.
Maybe it was the first time they made a trip.
Oh, it's their last. They'd be alive right now if they had safety belts. Looks like a good car for a fishing trip. How is it?
Fine. Greatest car I've ever used. Some wreck. Say, what do they do with these heaps anyhow?
They go to the impound garage on the edge of town in 𝗛𝗵𝗴 until we release them.
Who'd want them?
Here's their identification and the owner's registration slip.
Hank Lloyd and George Stason. Which one's the owner?
Neither. It's registered to a man named Stuart Mitchell.
On the radio. Have a unit go out to Stewart. See what they can find about the 2 fatals.
We got trouble, Gil.
Spill it.
They cracked up. Both of them are dead.
That's what I get for picking a couple of greenhorns.
You wanted men without a record. You know what you were doing.
Sure, I know what I was doing. I make the plans, case the job. I even tell them how to crack it. I figure all the angles, all the odds. I even got a perfect spot to lay over until the heat's off. Then this has to happen.
It's one of them things.
How much do the cops know?
Well, they were looking for a green and white car. They found one. So what? Did a smart thing by using Red and Hank. Cops will fingerprint them. What'll they find? Nothing. Even if they connect them to the job.
Sure. We get a perfect alibi. That's why I insisted upon wishing those 3 fishermen luck this morning. Along about the time that Hank and Red were knocking over the plant. Of course, I didn't figure on accidents. How about the dough?
Must still be in the car. We got a lucky break. It didn't catch fire.
Yeah. What a break.
I found out where they're taking it to. Impound garage over in 𝗛𝗵𝗴. The one at the edge of town.
Where?
You know, the one on the bottom of the hill. The Pinecrest roadsides.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that before? We can get to that wreck tonight. We know where the dough is and the cops don't. And with a little luck, we can reach it before they do. Well, we might as well go fishing. Tonight, we get spare parts for a car.
Spare parts? Oh, sure. Spare parts.
Wilson just phoned in the report on Stuart Mitchell, the car owner.
They give you anything?
No, not much. Hank Lloyd was Mitchell's brother-in-law. Took the car last night without his permission. Mitchell didn't know Strayson. We checked out both Lloyd and Strayson. No record on either one.
So we're still looking for a green and white convertible with 2 men? Not much to go on, but we'll keep at it.
Leave the Jeep here. Say, old-timer.
Oh, you give me a start. I didn't hear you come in.
I'd like to buy one of your wrecks here for the pots.
Well, now, it's pretty late. I was just about closing.
This won't take very long. Besides, you'll be doing me a big favor.
Well, I suppose business is business. What do you want?
How about this model right here?
Oh, no, I can't sell you that one.
No, why not?
Well, that's impounded. You've just come in today. I got another one, same model, better shape. It's over there.
You know, it's a funny thing. I like this model right here. Some guys will never get their brains till they get them knocked out.
It's still there. Yeah, but it's wedged in from the crash. We can't work here.
Bring the Jeep around.
Right.
That the wrecked car matched the description of the suspect car had warranted a close inspection by the patrol officers. The theft of the wreck was an unusual crime, drawing renewed interest on the part of the patrol.
How is he?
Oh, a little confused. More shocked than anything
Did he
else.
say anything to you?
Not much.
Then I'll talk to him. Highway Patrol. How'd you head?
That was some crack he give me. Oh, I sure saw stars.
How long ago did this happen?
How long? Let's see. I was just about closing. Around 6:30. See, why'd he have to hit an old man for a wreck like that?
Could be worth $50,000. We can find what we think is in it or on it. Now, look, I know this is very hard, but please try and remember. Do you know who did it?
No, I see one of them, but I think there was two. Somebody else hit me. Not the guy I was talking to.
What did he say to you?
Wanted to buy a wreck for parts, he said. And he went right over to that green and white one, and well, that's when the skies fell down on me.
Well, did you notice what they drove up in? They must have had something or towed away with it.
No, I didn't see. Maybe they had a tow truck.
Look, can you describe him?
Describe him? No, not right now. Not with this head. No, maybe if I saw him again, I could...
Oh, we'll try and arrange that for you. Thanks very much. Take care of that head of yours. Give me a list of all the places in town that rent tow rigs and trucks. Find out how many went out yesterday, where they went, what they hauled, and who got them. Oh, and about the wreck. You got the description. Get an APB out, see if we can locate it. Come on, let's go to Mitchell's house.
This looks pretty good. Besides, we've been towing this wreck too long now. Let's put it back in those bushes.
Okay.
Okay, untie it. Give me a flashlight. Gotta work in a hurry, though. We're still pretty close to town.
Right.
Give me a hammer. Coming right up. Got it. $50,000.
Ain't that pretty?
And the beauty part of it is we only have to cut it up two ways.
Well, the only thing left to do is to get as far away from this part of the country as possible.
Are you kidding? We're going back to the cabin. Any sudden move in this area by anybody will bring in the cops. Besides, we got nothing but money. And plenty of time to fish.
Well, what about the wreck?
We've covered it up with brush so they can't see it from the road. Come on, let's work in a hurry.
Wait a minute.
You have to think of everything.
Mr. Mitchell?
That's me.
Hal Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Oh, it's about that terrible accident.
Yes, I'm sorry, but we need some more information.
My wife. It was an awful shock to her. Just awful. He was her only brother.
You lend him your car?
I should say not. And I was right. You can see that now.
When did he take it?
Must have taken it sometime during the night. Probably took my wife's keys. Well, I don't really blame him. I think his friend talked him into it.
Was his friend a red-headed guy?
Red-headed? No. He was a dark man. Older than Hank.
This dark man. Could you identify him if you saw him again?
You bet your life I could.
Thanks, Mr. Mitchell. You got anything?
No, not yet. We've got every street, road, alley, and parking lot within a 15-mile radius of town to cover. That's a pretty big job.
Yeah, but it's ours.
Oh, and we're checking warehouses and garages in case they try to take it indoors.
No, they're too smart for that. The car's too hot. They take a wreck like that indoors, somebody will ask questions.
Well, let's hope we're not that smart.
Dorsey's on Pinecrest Road, isn't he?
Yeah.
Have him check that little road right at the base of the hill near the edge of town.
Right. .2217 to headquarters. 2217 to headquarters. Dorsey just called in. He's found the suspect car. It's on the Pinecrest Highway about 6 miles out of town, just off the road. Looks like you were right.
Let's hope our luck holds. Come on. Nice going, Dorsey.
Thanks. I picked this up in a brush. I don't know whether it's any good.
You may have the answer to the money. That box is just about big enough to hold it.
Must have been fastened to the car someplace, probably underneath.
Who's ever running his operation's a pretty smart guy, and he probably found what he wanted, $50,000. I think Lloyd and Strayson probably cracked up on the way to a rendezvous.
That means whoever they're going to meet must be holed up in the Pinecrest area.
Well, maybe. Maybe they ditched the wreck on the way to the hideout. Get the lab crew out here. Have them check the whole place. Make sure they get the fingerprints off that box. Let's go talk to some fishermen in this area.
Sure you got everything? Yeah. Ain't nature wonderful? And you don't have to have money to enjoy it.
You didn't feel this way yesterday.
I didn't have money yesterday.
That's the Jeep I saw at the accident yesterday. That could tow a wreck. Let's take a look at it. The dents and green paint weren't there yesterday. This could be the tow car.
The lab can run a quick check on this paint against the paint on the wreck.
Let's talk to those fellows over there.
Let me do the talking.
How are you? I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. One of you gentlemen own that Jeep?
Yeah, me.
That's right. I saw you driving that Jeep yesterday at the accident down the road.
Yeah, I was there.
Come to think of it, you said the Jeep was pretty handy for fishing. The dent and green paint weren't on it yesterday. Where'd it come from?
I accidentally backed into a car yesterday.
Wasn't a wreck before you backed into it, that is.
No, of course not.
Did you get the name of the owner of the car you backed into?
No. It was my fault, and we agreed the car wasn't hurt, so I drove away.
Did you happen to be in Conover yesterday, Mr.
Martin. Gil Martin. And I wasn't in Conover yesterday morning. I can prove it by Joe here and a couple of fellows I met fishing yesterday.
Mr. Martin, do you know some fellows by the name of Lloyd or Red Strayson or Stuart Mitchell?
No. We're up here on a fishing trip. I don't know anybody in Conover.
I didn't say they were from Conover. You better come along in with us.
What for? You got nothing on us?
I haven't got anything on either one of you, but I want your help. First, I'd like to have you meet a fellow by the name of Stuart Mitchell. He's the registered owner of the wreck. 2, the attendant that was slugged at the impound garage. 3, I'd like to check your prints against those on the cash box. And 4, I'd like to check the green paint on the Jeep against that of the wreck. Now, if you're clean, you'll be back in a couple of hours. It's beautiful equipment you've got. New, too.
Okay, Joe. Put the stuff away. And get rid of the bait.
I'll help you.
Hold it a second. Get on the radio to headquarters. Tell them to get a warrant out here so I can search the cabin. Unless you guys want to tell us where the money is.
You ought to hang around here to fish.
Okay. Take them out. Not a bad day's catch for this early in the season. See the Highway Patrol in action again next week. Until then, remember, leave your blood at the Red Cross, not on the highway. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.